So because the sander's so heavy and I'm pretty much by myself and a weak old man, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a hoist here. That wood door is another project we're going to be working on. And the hoist is going to go up in the ceiling. And from there I'm going to put a chain lift on it, or a chain hoist. Yeah. And pick up the lift, set it on top of the dolly, and then set it back down. That's the project we're going to be doing next too. This is the mounting block I'm going to be using for the chain fall hoist. This is going to go up in the floor joist. Basically what I did was it's just a piece of 2x6 leftover oak wood flooring that's been glued together. It's going to give it added support. I've marked, by holding it up to the floor joist, I've marked where the joist is going to be. So I'm getting ready to drill the hole for the support where the chain fall is gonna hold on. So all I've done right now is I've just, in between the joist is 15 inches, give or take an eighth. Divided that in half, that's 7.5 inches, and I marked it on my board here. So because I glued this piece of oak on there without measuring, and I've already had this bolt, the bolt's going to be, the eyelet is going to be too short to go on here to put a nut and bolt, so I have to countersink it. Going to be using a washer and a nut, so I'm going to need to countersink it, and I'm going to use this 1.5 inch drill so that fits in there. Looks like it probably has to go down at least 1 inch. So 1 inch is going to be probably about to here. Take your spade bit there and you put a little mark on the edge, which tells you where you want to go, or how deep you want to go. When you're drilling it, you'll know how deep. Now, whenever you drill something, you're going to want to clamp it down, because I'm telling you, sometimes these drills can catch your project, whip it around, and it will definitely break your wrist. Drill snap out, cut your finger. So you stick it right there in the middle. Okay, so our washer should fit in there. Perfect. So our bolt is a 1/2 inch, or the eye bolt, at least a 1/2 inch. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. We'll go 5/8. Now we're going to drill all the way through, so because we're going to go all the way through, I don't want to drill a nasty hole in my table. So take one of your pieces of scrap laying around. Put it up underneath where your hole's going to be. And go ahead and reclamp it. Okay. Check your bit up. Make sure it runs straight. Go ahead and take it down. guess it would help if I went all the way through, wouldn't it? Alright, take two. There we go. So your eye bolt, or my eye bolt, got the nut threaded all the way down. Washer goes in like this. Washer. Then the nut. Tighten your nut down. Make it nice and tight. So here's the next thing. I've got a 5-inch lag bolt, and this is gonna go through the mount and into the floor joist, which is really the ceiling in the basement. The problem is I don't have a drill bit 5 inches long. So what I need to do is I need to pre-drill at least one hole here. And I probably should have done all that before I put this on, but sometimes you get excited and kind of get ahead of yourself. I think we can handle it. Right, because I've already marked where the floor joists go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and I already know that this is a 1/4 inch. I'm going to drill a 1/2 inch hole because I want the hole bolt to pass through. Try to throw a clamp on there. Go ahead and drill. I'm just going to do one hole, and you'll see why in a minute. Hold on. Now let's go up to the root. Okay, this is going to be interesting to do is I've already got the one hole pre-drilled in my mount. So I've got my little handle here, my little hook for hanging the chain fall to. So I'm going to stick this up here. And ideally, you would want this point to fall in the middle of this square where this drop ceiling. And to do that, you would use strings and cross them over and then use a plumb bob to where it intersects. But I'm too lazy to look for string and all that, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball guess it
Not because I'm a genius, but because I'm lazy. Alright, and I'm just going to start the hole right here. It's just marking it. Alright. So because I got a 5-inch bolt, I'm going to set my drill bit out as far as I can. Get as much room as I can. It's a 1/4-inch drill bit. And then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to try to drill it nice and straight. When you're drilling, you have to pull the drill out every now and then. These little spiral things inside the bit are called flutes, and that's a way for the chips to get out. So I've got the 5-inch lag bolt. I'm going to go ahead and bolt this up there. And what makes this difficult is there's really no way to clamp it to the ceiling joist. I started to install that first lag bolt with a ratchet wrench and a 9/16" socket. And it's like, the hell with that. So I went and got my impact driver, hooked it up to an air compressor. These things are cheap. You can get them at Harbor Freight, whatever, like I don't know, 25, 30 bucks. I've had this one here for 25 years. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and put this up there. Just eyeball it square, and then drive the bolt up there. There we go. Just to hold it there because now I want to drill it. Mark my holes. Okay. So I'm going to come back, drill. Hold it against the other rafter. Shit. It moved on me. Okay. The hole should be marked on the floor joist. So now we pull this back down.
Got our holes marked. I'm going to ream this out a little bit. And the reason is that the shank of the lag bolt is bigger than the screws. It'll give you a false sense of tightness. I actually should probably drill it out a little bit bigger, but I'm too lazy to get off the ladder and move the camera and all that other crap. With that being said, I now realize that I have to get off the ladder anyways to go get the other lag bolts. Crap. Now with anything that you're assembling that has multi-bolts, you want to just start all the bolts before you tighten them up. So we'll go back and we'll get our first bolt started. And that's going to kind of screw up in there because it's got threads that you've made already. Get our little air gun. Get that started in the hole. Same thing over here. That started in the hole. Alright, now we got them all started, so we'll go ahead and set the hook. The chain hoist, chain fall, I don't know, what different names. I'll hook this up on a hook. This is a cheapie. You get these at Harbor Freight for like 25, 30 bucks. Made in China. One ain't made in China.
Alright, so here's the chain hoist again. It's a little dark. Like I said, this thing's probably 30, 40 bucks. Works fine. You want to pick up any heavy duty stuff? A better way to mount this would have been have a board this way and have the brace sitting on top. But I had this electrical wiring junk here to contend with. Had to cut a little groove in to get it to fit to the side. But it works good for what I need. So now I will put all the chain up here, label it accordingly, and that is all. Hope you enjoyed it.